Okay guys, this is the exterior bid. I figured it'd probably make the most sense to actually do the exterior bid while I'm here. I'm going to have color samples ready for you here pretty soon, and I'm going to go ahead and have you written up for the deck. I have all my prices. We're just, as you notice, in a massive rush because I've got a whole bunch of untreated wood that has to be primed and painted before this massive storm. So I have been working ridiculous hours all day and then lights at night. But I think we might actually get it by about 2 o'clock today. So with that said, here is the exterior bid. So what we do is we come in and we pressure wash. Everything has to be pressure washed properly. I don't use a really heavy duty pressure washer to scar the wood, but it has to be cleaned. And then we do something called trenching. This rock, basically we pull it back so that we can get the entire stem wall. This house was done with a flat. I would prefer a low sheen. Tends to last a lot longer, and it's not shiny, but it tends to last a lot longer. Basically what we do is we caulk in everything. I mean, we are adamant about fixing and sealing everything. It's very important to what we do. Now, you notice if you look close, you see the checking, which is the small cracks. The way we defeat that is we spray, we brush the paint into here, and then we spray, and then we roll this. Basically everything we do is 2 coats. We are the only company up here that does solid 2 coat on everything. So pressure wash, clean. We use 3M masking, which is a form of film that goes right to the corners, so I never have any paint on the frames or anything like that. Very important. And then we'd come through, pressure wash, paint, easy stuff, nothing too out of the ordinary. A little bit of mold up top. We also clean gutters when we pressure wash, so that's a big deal too. So we will be up there doing that because it just helps our paint too. The ends of these beams, they get caulked in completely. The cleaning process is definitely paramount on what we do. Very important because we use the best paints money can buy, but I like it to be long period. So I wasn't sure if this deck was staying or being replaced or what, so I will just put in the cost of redoing it this color. This is a looks like an Oxford brown, and I would suggest using the same type of solid polyurethane based paint stain hybrid. It looks like what's on here, and in any areas that has to be prepped will obviously be done too. All signs and lights are removed from the building prior to paint. We don't mask them and paint. Everything is removed. Again, we caulk in everything, even those cracks and stuff like right there. Now on the doors, these actually look pretty good, so what I would suggest is just a super light steel wool on any of the bad areas like the bottom, and then another coat of a spar varnish. It looks like a satin, which I like better than the gloss. So a satin spar finish, and that's what I would suggest onto there. A little bit of black here from the mold, a little bit of black up there. We hit that with bleach, it's gone immediately, not a big deal at all. Again, with the caulking, we fill this stuff in. We caulk so much of these buildings up that people don't even believe it when they see it. But stuff like this line, this line, this line, this line, this line, everything. I like to get them all in. Numbers obviously we taken off. Concrete completely and absolutely masked with drops all the way out. No paint on the ground, nothing. I don't like seeing paint on the ground. My guys know it, and they are very adamant. So I'd suggest we keep the same idea as how they did the colors on these garage doors. It looks kind of cool, but again, I would use a low sheen, so its flats aren't always the most prudent decision to make when you want longevity. The trick is it's not cheap to do, so do it once, do it right, and get it to last 15 years. And I get some pretty good runs on my paint. Again, caulked in right there, that line as well, very important because you don't want water going through that. Same thing back here. Remember when we were here, we were talking about it, and same thing back here. Same thing with the trim, all caulked in. All this line right here, caulked in. It's gonna get loud. These guys are back here hammering away, and they've got inspectors and stuff too. Big house, big walls, but not a big deal. Easy stuff. As we said, your color scheme is awesome, and that's kind of the trick. So this deck, I'm going to go ahead and put the cost of this deck in the bid of us painting it in as in to prime and paint to match whatever the deck is. Now there is the ability as well to paint the deck in the back and the rear, all of it in to whatever trim color you decide to go with. So one of those two. So that's something, my price is a repaint, prep, clean, prep, and repaint. So whatever color you decide to do the decks are what I'm going to do it in. So with that being said, it's no price change if you decide to take it a trim color instead of keeping it the brown. So again, caulking through here, we've already discussed what we're going to do here. That bid should be getting to you today as well. So we don't need to even mess with that too much, but I do want to make sure we get on the house here. Stuff like that. We caulk in everything. I mean, our prep is, people have often wondered because we prep a lot. Cracking, checking, all that will be addressed. Spigots are repainted if they already are painted. Underneath here, again, we would probably go with whatever the color you guys decided would be the trim color under here. Doors, a lot of people use semi-gloss on doors, but I've tended to found that with our cold, hot temperature, they tend to get a little bit of flaking or peeling. So I tend to just stay with a low sheen. These guys right here, we paint in so they kind of camouflage a little bit. The whole idea is we want it to look, you know, professional, as if it's, you know, it blends in. You don't want to accent the light socket. Again, out here, mast, nothing onto the ground. The deck as well. All the high stuff would be done just as it is now. Complete repaint. These guys are out here. They're tying it up, so they'll be out of here soon. All the tops, corners, like that stuff, caulked in. And then, of course, like I said, during the process of this job, we do video bids, you know, or we do video work. So we'll let you know, like, hey, this is what got done. This job will take us between 5 and 7 days. This is a large house. Even with 4 guys, there's a lot of prep, and we take our time, but at the same time, it has to be done right. I have a 2-year unlimited warranty. So if you have flaking or anything, I have to fix it for free. So I tend to make sure that we are done properly when we leave. And so what we do is a material deposit, and then we do not get paid until there's an inspection by you guys and us. So I will write this up, and I will send this over as well today, and then we'll go from there, and then let me know that you guys got it. Now, if the bid is acceptable, oh yeah, underneath that deck against the house, all of the house is done. So we crawl under and paint the house, prep it, everything. We usually don't paint underneath the deck, but we do all the joists and stuff, everything you can see. But we usually don't climb under a deck if it's that low. But I've got like 5 bids to do today. We've been working crazy hours. So so if the price sounds like it's something that you guys would like to go with, let me know, and there's a good chance that we might even be able to get it this year if that was in your guys' intention. If it was to wait until next year, that's awesome too. That's not a big deal. It could go on our list for spring or any time, but I like to at least get people the information so that they're good to go. And like I said, your color samples will be on the porch for when you guys come up on Friday, and I will go ahead and get both those bids out today. So thank you guys very much, and awesome. We'll talk to you soon.